Warning: under no circumstances should you share this information with the straights. The gay agenda is strictly classified, and it is prohibited to share any of this information with the straights. Hi, and welcome to the Gay Agenda. On behalf of the trustees of Sappho's and the historic lesbian cohort, I'd like to personally welcome you and introduce myself as your selected representative. I'm Cassie, and I've been a lesbian for 7 years. Oh, hello. Yes, there are many joys of being a lesbian, and I'd like to share those possibilities with you today, and personally congratulate you on fulfilling the basic requirements to get your initial certification. If you're seeing this video, you've received your certification into the lesbian cohort, and you're in the process of unboxing your welcome packet. And I'd like to walk through those items with you to make sure that you know the what and the why of each item. Let's first discuss the pamphlet. It says here on your pamphlet that you might have heard of the L word, and you might have thought that it meant lesbian, and it does, but it also means leader. But I, as your representative, have another L word for you, and that's love. I and your co-representative have taken great care to cater your specific welcome packet to your skills and needs. So if we open it up, we will find what is included in your welcome packet. Now let's reach inside your box. This is your certificate. As you can see, we have listed your name, and it has been co-officiated by myself and your other representative, Courtney Stevens, and has been sealed with the official scissoring seal. You and your co-applicant have both received one, and they are yours to keep. Inside this manila folder is your recommended media master list. While this is simply a piece of paper, it is a really exciting part of your welcome kit. It has been prepared by myself and your other co-representative to provide the best possible list of media in order to further educate and enlighten you as your journey continues through the lesbian cohort of the Gay Agenda. We have sorted the list based on books, authors, publications, movies, TV, music, comedians, and podcasts. Not only does this list work as an inspiration tool for you, but it also serves as a starting point for growth. We believe that you, as a member of the cohort, should also serve as a contributor. So when you find media that belongs on this list, please add it, as this list is a living document. And as media expands and the Gay Agenda advances, we will inevitably have more and more media of greater quality that belong on this list for posterity. Choosing this book for your welcome kit was my own contribution. We believe that each welcome kit should have an item catered to specifically you, and based on your application, we understand that you study French. So we have chosen La Fille dans le Club, Les Bandes Dessinées. We hope you enjoy this story about not only two lesbians, but one is an author and one is an artist, and they have a long-distance relationship. A copy of Blue is the Warmest Color by Julie Moreau. This is the comic book edition, and you might have heard that there is also a movie. But we and several other of the advanced lesbian members of your cohort agree that the comic book is a better version than the movie because the comic book comes from the source, and the source is a woman. But the film was directed by a man. That is not to say that you shouldn't watch and enjoy the movie as well, but we believe that this is the ethical choice. A copy of The Ethical Slut. We, as your representatives, believe that this book is essential reading. And based on your application, we have found that you have multiple relationships of different dynamics. And we believe that this book will serve as a great guide into exercises that you can do with you and your partners. It has come to our attention through your application that both you and your co-applicant menstruate. It is our pleasure to offer you a reusable option to tampons and pads. kept this box quite discreet because inside this box is a vibrator necklace. It is tradition within the lesbian cohort to provide a vibrator to their new members. I have received a vibrator from my representative several years ago, and it is my honor to bestow it onto you. Please enjoy. I'm going to keep this item inside its pouch, and inside is your set of metallic straws that are engraved with the phrase, Certified Lesbian. Again, lesbians are often the best recyclers, and we believe that when you enjoy your traditional iced coffee in the middle of winter, we think that you deserve to continue to use reusable items that are both stylish and functional, and serve as a signal to other possible and current lesbian cohort members. A pair of nail files in green and pink for you and your co-applicant. They come in a sleek case so you can keep them in your bag without scratching up the other things inside. So convenient. It is important as a lesbian to keep at least 2 of your nails trimmed and filed for comfortable intercourse. A pair of carabiners for you and your co-applicant. We went with the large size because we believe that you're the type to have a lot of responsibilities. Not only are these useful for carrying key rings and other objects, but they also serve as a signal to other existing and possible future lesbian cohort members. A snowflake-shaped multi-tool. Every lesbian needs tools. If you ever need to fix something, for yourself or others, we believe that the snowflake-shaped multi-tool is not only a functional, but also a stylish option, and also quite ironic to the straights. A 3-pack of chapstick. We understand that everybody's lips get chapped, but as for lesbians, there's just something special about the classic chapstick. And that's why we have selected the name brand just for you, because we believe that only the best quality is what you deserve. The ultimate in gay signaling, a pair of pride flags. Here is your classic lesbian flag, and here is the gay pride flag. We have to remember to work to become more and more inclusive, and not just support the members in our own cohort, but the entire gay agenda. These will serve you well at your next Pride event. Now that we've gone through your welcome kit, let's continue through the pamphlet. What is a lesbian? Now, it is important that through the changing of language, as it happens swiftly within the queer community, that we remain inclusive and continue to respect those that may have used different language in the past. A simple answer to what a lesbian is a woman that loves other women or has sexual relationships with other women. However, queer culture is all about declaring your own identity. But if you believe you are a lesbian, you might already qualify. It's all about keeping your information up to date so that we can understand how to best address you and find activities and opportunities that are relevant to you in your field and skills. And you can leave at any time if you wish to resign, but we always prefer that you register as a retired lesbian so that you may not lose some of the benefits that the cohort provides to you. Your presence in and contribution to the lesbian cohort will always be valued and respected, no matter how long or short your stay might be. Now, what are my responsibilities? Being a lesbian is extraordinarily exciting, but it doesn't come without responsibilities as a member of the gay agenda as a whole. Activism has had a long history with the gay agenda. It is encouraged that you work in activism in some form during your membership. However, if you are struggling to find out where to start, it's as simple as contacting your local cohort, and they can inform you of important opportunities that are coming your way. Of course, it is within your responsibilities to support the Black and brown members of the gay agenda. this is enforced and there will be regular evaluations. But don't worry, we will continue to provide educational materials. This also goes for trans members of the gay agenda. We accept trans members, absolutely, and it is not up for debate. TERF activity is taken extremely seriously and will not be tolerated. Now, TERF is another use of vocabulary from the gay agenda. It means trans exclusionary radical feminist. But I believe, even as an entry-level lesbian, that you know that trans women are women and can therefore be lesbians just the same. As well as trans men, who might have identified lesbians in the past, does not make them less of a man today. We accept all trans people, regardless of what cohort they might inhabit, and they can identify with multiple cohorts as well. And it doesn't jeopardize their membership in any way. Of course, any activity that jeopardizes a member of the gay agenda is strictly prohibited. Deliberate activity that causes harm to any member will result in termination of your membership. However, it is important to note that it is discouraged to cause harm to anyone. But we understand that sometimes the gay agenda involves coming head-to-head with the straights. And if you are working in activism, we have to observe any harm done to straights on a case-by-case basis to make sure that your purpose is still aligned with the agenda. And now for a very exciting part, your benefits. Even as an entry-level lesbian, now that you have your certification, you qualify to receive the following benefits. The Relationship Web Database. Now here, the web doesn't necessarily mean on the internet, but with our advanced gay technology, it is now possible to see your web on the web. But the web here refers to the degrees of separation that you and your current partner have with a common ex. As a lesbian, you are afforded the privilege of retaining amicable relationships with your exes. But we can talk about that as a separate certification in a moment. Mileage points. If you find yourself in an LDR, then you might qualify for mileage points when visiting your significant other. Now, if you have not heard of the LDR, it means long distance relationship. We are able to travel much longer distances than the average relationship, but we offer this benefit in order to encourage those relationships to continue to blossom. Texting evaluation services. We will connect you to someone who is the best fit to look over your texts that are incoming and outgoing to your current or prospective romantic partner. This even includes services of texting your ex-partners. We believe that exercising the best caution and getting a second opinion is really important for interpreting what someone might be telling you to determine whether or not they are or are not gay, or are not interested in you, because it can get really complicated, especially for lesbians. Immunization to the male gaze. It is exciting as a lesbian to not cater your appearance or your aesthetic or your personality in order to appeal to a man. Rejoice in the liberation this provides. I myself have grown out my body hair, and as that might seem repulsive to straight men, that only gives me more joy. We can't neglect to include the bimbos and the femmes in our lesbian cohort. They might still enjoy the aesthetic that aligns with the expectations of the male gaze. If this is something that you still enjoy, it is within your rights and power to do so. To train you, we can connect you to a bimbo ambassador or a sex worker so you can learn how to use these skills to your benefit financially and emotionally. Would you like to take the next step in becoming a leader in the lesbian cohort of the gay agenda? We offer additional certifications in the following skills: relocation efficiency, post-relationship diplomacy, multiple orgasm, tool and mechanical, camping and outdoors, social and psychological care, playlist curation, DIY and bricolage, emotional vulnerability, and more. If you're interested in any of these certifications, you can ask me, your representative, on how to get started in your training. You might only be an entry-level lesbian at this moment, but we believe that through much training and additional certification, you too can become a representative for someone else, as I am for you today. There is so much that the gay agenda will offer you on your journey, and it is just beginning. I remember my first days within the cohort were so exciting and overwhelming, so never hesitate to reach out anytime you need help or have questions or need care. I'm Cassie, and I, on behalf of the trustees of Sappho's and the entire gay agenda, thank you for joining us.